I want to talk to Billy Bustamante about The Hobbit.
Landon. Hi, my name is Billy Bustamante. I'm the director for The Hobbit here at BSC. Hello to everyone on those tiny little rectangles. We thought we were past this, but here we are. I am so excited to introduce to you, gathered today for the first time ever, the cast of The Hobbit at Virginia Stage Company. Say hi, everyone!
So Billy, look, there's The Hobbit, the book, there's The Hobbit, whatever film adaptations, and then there's this play that was originally written for 5 actors. You have a bigger cast than that on stage. Talk a little bit about the casting, about the partnership with GSA, and what is exciting to you, 5 hours into your first day of rehearsal.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, so much to talk about. Let's talk about casting first.
Sure.
I think I don't know how big our screen is right now, but what I love about the gathering of individuals around this table is that there is no one around this table who identifies in the exact same way. And I am a firm believer that my job, and possibly all of our jobs as theater makers in a post-ish pandemic world, is to create theater in which more people can belong. For me, that has been my personal mission as I try to participate in the reemergence, the renaissance of theater in a post-pandemic world. How can I be a part of theater where more people can find themselves in the audience, feel included, represented, and therefore feel like they belong in the theater? I feel a failing of all of our art forms, this industry that we all participate in, is that there have been people that have been excluded. And I feel like we have a unique opportunity to remedy that. So when I think about casting a show like The Hobbit, I was most excited by the ability to take a story, a subject matter that so many of us know in a specific way. We know the way The Hobbit sounds, we know the way The Hobbit looks, we know the way people who get to tell that story should look and sound. I was very excited to see if we could do something completely different and purposefully so. When we think of this story, we hear a story that has stood the test of time for a reason, because even though there are very few humans involved in the story, we find humanity in the dwarves, in the goblins, in the trolls, in the elves, in the eagles. And we get to connect to our own sense of humanity through this fantastical fantasy experience. What I hope we can offer the audiences at Virginia Stage Company is the ability to find themselves in a theater, see a world in front of them in which everyone can belong, and therefore connect to some deeper sense of their own humanity. When we think of the dwarves in this show, they are not just dwarves, they are refugees. When we think of Bilbo in this show, he is not just a hobbit, but he is the epitome of all of us who have lived in our own secluded bubble these past few years. And what happens when life circumstances force us out of that bubble and force us to engage with the world in a new way, and hopefully learn something about others and ourselves in the process. So in that way, I feel like we are uniquely capable as this eclectic, diverse population of citizens to offer that lesson, offer that gift to the audience. Another key part of that is collaboration. We are so lucky to have a mix of professional and educational experiences in this room. We are lucky enough to collaborate with some amazing young artists, acting majors from the Governor's School of the Arts. And when I zoom back to when I was their age, even though it's quite difficult for me to do so, I wish I had an experience like this. I wish that there was a place for me to train and work at the same time, and a place that held the education and the profession in equal value. So again, I feel like we have a way to not just train young artists, but to help remind all of us adults why we do it.
Right.
So in that way, there's so many more reasons that I could talk about endlessly, but for those two, I'm very excited.
Well, we are thrilled. I mean, look, if you're not excited by Billy and this room of people behind him, then you're in the wrong room, because this is super exciting. You guys are about to sit down, do some table work. First day of rehearsal continuing. We are so thrilled to have Billy here, to have all of you about ready to go on the stage at the Wells. Thanks for joining us for a little bit and taking some time out of your rehearsal. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.